What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another Marvel Future Fight video. Alright, so in this one here, we're going to be taking a look at Negasonic Teenage Warhead, the last character of the update here. So, or not last character of the update, but the last one I'm getting around to taking a look at. But before we get into that, we are still on the pre-update version of the game. This is the APK, so it is still subject to change. There could still be changes with the character here, so do keep that in mind. And also this video is brought to you by Netmarble and the Star Agents program. So let's go ahead and take a look at Negasonic here and see what she's working with. First of all, I'll show you right here that she is going to be a Danger Room character, so similar to Rachel Summers because it says Negasonic's Special Training. Which is exactly what Rachel Summers says when you click on her. It says Rachel Summers Special Training. So it looks like she's going to be another kind of Danger Room crystal pack character, I'm assuming. We'll have to wait and see what kind of the pricing system is for her, if she's going to be as easy as Rachel Summers to get to tier 2, or if you have to do a little bit more work, and if there's going to be anything included in the bundle. So let's go ahead and take a look here. For her gears, we have them at just 25. I didn't put any Uru on her. For her skills here, I think they all came leveled up because I don't think I leveled up each one individually, but let's go ahead and take a look here. We've got some all defense down here, but this is just some standard all defense down, does not apply to world bosses. The second skill here, we have some burn damage, and then we've got a crit rate boost, so increases it by 30%, which is quite nice. It's on a 4-second cooldown, so you can keep this up the entire time. This is the third skill. The third skill here has some damage accumulation, and it is damage dealt. So damage dealt to the enemy. It looks like it's only going to be a 5%. Yeah, 0.5 increase all attack for each 1%. Goes by 10%. So it's only going to be a 5% all attack boost, which, sure, okay. You get 5% attack there. That's not too bad, I guess. Could be worse. And then we have a guard for 8 hits for 8 seconds, but this is on a 20-second cooldown, so every 10 seconds you'll be able to use this skill here. So you'll be able to have the damage accumulation up the entire time. The guard hit, you're going to have 2 seconds of downtime if you didn't use up all 8 hits by then. Her passive here is going to be a crit damage increase 30% and crit rate increase by 30%, so she's pretty much going to be set on crit rate. You're not going to really need to do anything there because we have 30 and then we have another 30 right here. So it's already 60%. So it's going to be very, very easy to cap her. She should be capped pretty much for everyone, just from the alliance bonuses. If you're in a max level alliance, you should already get pretty much the 75%. The fourth skill here, we have some more burn damage, and then we have some more all defense down here, minus 30. That stacks up to minus 60, but this one does apply to world bosses, so it says ignore immunity, so that's quite nice. So we have one here that does apply to world bosses. We have incapacitation and a stun on it as well. The fifth skill, we have some all speed down. We've got some more all defense down, minus 30 stacks up to minus 60, and again, ignores immunity. So it does work in World Boss Ultimate, so that's fantastic. So she has 2 skills that will apply the all defense down, which is really good. It's going to help out her damage quite a bit. And then we have remove all debuffs when we use this skill here, and then we have increase all attack by 25%, all speed 1%, crit rate again by 65%. So even if you didn't get capped from those other 2 skills, as soon as you use this one, you're definitely going to be capped. 65%. Wow, I didn't realize how much crit rate she was actually getting. It would be cool if that was actually crit damage instead, because these are just from her 4-star passive and from her second skill here, her crit rate is always going to be maxed. So you don't need to have this 65% here. That's overkill by a lot. So yeah, crit damage would have been fantastic here. We have invincibility for 5 seconds, which is going to help out with her survivability. And then we have a 15% max HP recovery there, which actually seems to be more than 15%. Because for some reason, when I was using this skill in testing, it looked like it procced like very quickly, like over that 1 second. It looked like it happened like 3 or 4 times because I was pretty much getting a full HP heal off of the 5th skill here. So I was down to like almost dead, and I believe I got to like 75% or 80% of a max HP after using this. So it does appear to trigger multiple times. I don't know if that's just a glitch right now or not, but right now it does give you way more than 15% in the kind of pre-update version of Negasonic here. As you can see, she doesn't even have any character usage tips, so they're probably still working on the character, so that might change. But right now it's pretty nice because that's a really good heal. And then for her leadership, we just have decreased debuff duration by 30%, so nothing too crazy there. And did we go over her passive or her tier 2 passive? I don't think we did. It's a 65% chance to increase crit damage by by 50% on critical attacks, which is fantastic because all the characters that have this deal amazing damage. So this actually really helps. So I definitely like this boost to the crit damage. And then we have super armor, which is really good because then I don't have to worry about giving her guard break immunity. We have all defense up by 100%. Wow, 100%, really? I mean, she is pretty tanky from the fights I've been trying her out in, but wow, 100%. That's the first time I think I've seen anyone get that big of a buff to defense. So this could change because that does seem like quite a bit. And she also has decreased all damage received by 30%. So she's quite tanky, which I did notice that when I was fighting Cull Obsidian, that she was, when she gets snared by like the Blade Twisters or Time Frozen, she was actually tanking all of Cull Obsidian's hits. And then I would just spam to use the 5th skill as soon as I could. And then she would heal up to almost full health. So she was very difficult to kill for Cull. So that all defense right there is probably playing a big factor in that. So I don't know if that'll change or not, but if it stays the same, that'd be awesome because she's definitely a very tanky character. Yes, we have 0 for that. And then for the Isolate set, I went with Hawk's Eye. Again, I'm just using Hawk's Eye because I do need skill cooldown on the test server here. I think she'd benefit a lot more from Power of the Angry Hulk. You do want attack speed on her. So yeah, if you get attack speed on her, I think that's the best way to go. And for right now, I was just trying out with a CTP of Rage. I was trying her out earlier with a CTP of Energy. We're going to go over both in the video here, so I'm not just going to show the CTP of Rage, but since I have it equipped right now, that's the one you're going to see first. So yeah, and I was trying out the CTP of Rage just because she does have slightly awkward skill cooldowns. Because like I said, the 3rd skill right here is on a 10-second cooldown. That's one of her skills to help keep her protected, so you kind of want to use that immediately, but sometimes it overlaps with your damage proc when you're using a regular obelisk or like a CTP of Energy. For the 4th skill, we have a 16-second and a 16-second, so you know, it's 8-second cooldown. It messes a little bit with your damage proc because then at the very end of the skill, you might accidentally have the proc go off, which will lose a lot of the damage, but the 4th and the 5th skill both do really good damage, so you can proc on either of those skills. So it's really good to have that option so you can help to kind of time your proc a little bit easier. But now let's go ahead and jump into some world boss here so I can kind of show you in action, show her skill rotation, show her damage. We're going to do Cull here, stage 40 I was doing because, oh, it's changed. It used to have no Blade Twisters, but now we have Blade Twisters. Okay, here we go. This one has no Blade Twisters here, so we're going to go ahead and grab this one. So we'll do Negasonic here, and then we'll do... Where's Shuri at? Did I already pass her? Shuri, where are you? Hello, Shuri. All right, you know what? We're just going to go to speed here, and then we're going to try to find Shuri. Recommended character, fantastic. That's why I didn't see her. All right, so here we go. So let's see what Negasonic is going to do. I was usually actually testing her out with the full leadership, so the damage is probably going to be a little bit less than what I was seeing when I was testing. So here we go. Go ahead and open up here, get the 5th skill, get that invincibility going, boom. Then we get our crit rate up, and then we go to the 4th skill here. And then, yeah, on the test server here, my dodge and my, well, the crit rate she's maxing out, but my dodge is really low, so that could be why she wasn't proccing. But look at that, see that heal right there is huge. Could be why she wasn't proccing that rage. So come on, let's see what we're doing here for the damage. So her damage is okay, but for some reason, all the fights I've been doing against Cull here on the test server, he's been like shrugging off debuffs extremely quick. So it's extremely hard to keep all defense down on him for some reason now on the test server here. Because before we had issues because he would start becoming more and more kind of immune to, well, not immune to debuffs. All right, see how low our health is? Now we're going to use the 5th skill here. Boom, that is way more than a 15% heal. See what I mean? She's healing up to like full health from that. It triggers like 4 or 5 times when using the 5th skill. But as you can see, her damage isn't too crazy right here, but that's just because the all defense down is just not sticking to Cull here. Because if you take a look at the top of his health bar, there's a little bit of all defense down, but see how quickly it went away? And then if we use the 4th skill here, it's supposed to apply all defense down, and it just didn't. So yeah, it's just really hard to get the debuffs on him here, but overall, I mean, her damage is still pretty nice. because this is a stage 41 without any strikers. We're only using Wasp's leadership, and then we have Shuri for support here, so it's definitely a big margin for improvement here. And then, yeah, so let's go ahead and try again here. And we'll go over to, I guess, like Corvus or something like that. Someone that's, no, I don't need that. Go over to Corvus here, stage 40, use same team. And why do I have no dodge ignore strikers here? I was just doing this test and I was using dodge ignore strikers. So why have they disappeared on me? All right, so now we're going to see a big change in the damage here because Corvus, he's not going to be shrugging off that all defense down. So we'll be able to see some pretty good damage here. So we'll go ahead and buff that up. There we go. So now we're starting to see a little bit more of Negasonic in action here. So she seems like a character that kind of relies quite a bit on the all defense down. She's got pretty good base damage, but she kind of has the same thing as like Deadpool. Deadpool's damage is okay, but you really need that all defense down to, you know, have him shine. It seems like she might be the same kind of, might be in the same boat there, that you really need to have that all defense down for her damage to really pick up. And this is even with a CTP of Rage. So now that we've kind of seen her a little bit here with the CTP of Rage and kind of a spam skill rotation for her, let's go ahead and hop over to a CTP of Energy and we'll see the difference there. Alright, so here we are with the CTP of Energy. We're going to go against Cole again, just to see the difference between the Rage and Energy for Negasonic here. Let's go ahead and get this going. Same team and everything. Go ahead and pop our 5th skill here, get a little bit of damage going, get that guard up, hop on over here, and then back to the 5th skill. So I like to use the 2nd skill in between, and then we use the 4th skill to stall. The 3rd skill can sometimes, like I said, trigger just because of the cooldowns on these skills, so that is a little bit annoying. But I kind of like this rotation to keep her safe. We can kite around a little bit to try to reset the rotation here. And as you can see, she does pretty good with the CTP of Energy as well, just because she has a lot of hits on both her 5th and her 4th skill. So you can take advantage of that. Except for right there, because we didn't get the CTP of Energy to proc. Oh, then it procs on the 2nd skill there, which is exactly what we didn't want. But it doesn't seem to matter too much, because even when she's taking all these hits, she just heals up from that 5th skill, so that's fantastic. Come on, CTP, work with me here. I'm trying to show off the character. Oh yeah, right at the end there, fantastic. But anyway, what I found is it seems like her damage is pretty similar overall with a CTP of Energy. So kind of like Sharon Rogers, she doesn't need a CTP of Rage. She can actually do just as good or better with the CTP of Energy. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here from Negasonic. So let's go ahead and hop over to Corvus and see how things have changed over there. All right, here we go. So Corvus time. So let's see what Negasonic can do here, what kind of damage we got. Let's hop over. And then boom, as you can see, I like her damage more actually with the CTP of Energy than I do with the CTP of Rage. I mean, that might just be me, but I don't know. I think she benefits more from the CTP of Energy than she does from a CTP of Rage, which is fantastic because I don't want every character to need a CTP of Rage to do well. But let's go ahead and try it out on the... Oh, I think we missed the proc there. Yeah, we missed it on the 4th skill. I was going to try it on the 4th skill to show you that the 4th skill can hit just as hard as the 5th skill. So you can proc... Yeah, see, there we go. So you can proc on either skill, the 4th or the 5th skill. So that's kind of what makes her good or okay with like a regular damage proc or like the CTP of Energy, CTP of Destruction kind of thing, is she has 2 skills that you can use the proc on, and since she has that awkward skill cooldown, that's fantastic because then you don't have to feel like you're stuck with trying to proc on the same skill every time. So that's what I really like about this character here. So overall, I'm really liking Negasonic as well. Like pretty much Negasonic and Slapstick have been really fun characters to kind of go over and take a look at, and I'm really enjoying playing them. Gorilla Man, I mean, he's got cool animations, but he didn't really wow me very much. But I guess that's, you know, he is a free-to-play character, and they usually do make them a little underwhelming compared to paywall characters. So, you know, I can see that. And Gorilla Man has still got his uses. He's just not on the same level as Negasonic and Slapstick here. So overall, quite happy with how she's playing. We'll have to wait and see how much she's going to cost for the pack, but I do think she's going to be worth it. She's got 2 skills with all defense down that stacks up quite high, so she can definitely be a good striker if nothing else, but she also does have good damage. So yeah, depending on how much she costs, I think she's going to be worth picking up. Slap a CTP of energy on her, or just standard obelisk with a damage proc, and she'll do very, very well. No need to kind of stress about getting a CTP of rage on her to kind of maximize her. Yeah, that's just my thoughts on Negasonic here, so let me know in the comments below if you're liking this character, if you're happy with her, if you're disappointed that she's going to be a Danger Room character, or if you're happy that they're still trying to tweak and mess around with the Danger Room and try to incentivize us to play it a little bit more. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.